Hey guys, welcome to the Next Level Mamas podcast. I'm here to encourage and empower you to create a life that you love as you head toward your own next level. Now, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Next Level Mamas podcast. This month we are doing our very necessary spring cleaning. And remember, it's not our homes this time, but our brains. The fact is, we all have the same human brain, which is very comforting to me. That's how I know that you need this the same as I do. Now, I go through somewhat of a miniature cleaning pretty much every day through some journal work. Now, that's the goal that I would like to get you into doing. Now, analyzing exactly what's going on inside of that brain. Now, have you ever had so many browsers open on your computer that it actually slows it down? I just noticed yesterday that my phone, it tells me how many tabs I have open on my Safari app. I never noticed this before. And I've always thought like I have 10 or 12 open at any given time, things I'm saving, I'm still looking at, that sort of thing. I looked down and at the bottom of the screen, it said that I had 124 tabs open. What in the world is going on? Why does this happen? Or really, how does this happen? And then I remember I just haven't closed them out. I have on there when I was looking so many things, obviously 124. I have menus from restaurants that some of them I went to, some of I didn't. I have addresses on Google that I looked up still in an open tab. I had no idea. I have movie times that I looked at. My list goes on and on. And I'm here to tell you this is what goes on in your brain when you just don't minimize the thought. You shove down the feeling and you move on to the opening of a new window. You just walk away, move to an open one. We think all is well when really it's still lurking in the background. We just don't even realize it. Now, the first question that you were supposed to dig out, remember from last week, the first question was, what do you most deeply desire to change? This is different for everyone, let's face it. And every day, every hour, it can be different. We're just picking out one to get started. For me, it's definitely different on a daily basis, but there is always something. Now, if we don't spend time looking at our desires, then we are just minimizing the window. We're not even validating our own feelings. We're going to look at some examples. Sometimes this can be a person. Maybe you really wish your husband would pick up his laundry off the floor. Now that is a desire. And there's nothing wrong with having that desire. Look at it and acknowledge it. We happen to have, I don't know if you ever thought about this before, but we have really kind of like operation manuals for everyone in the world. We have manuals how we think people should drive on the road, how people should treat one another, who should open the door, who should say please and thank you. We have little rule books or manuals for everyone. And we happen to think that husbands should put their laundry in the appropriate place. Now, I look at that when I write it out, and then I can analyze it for truth. Remember that it is just a thought that my brain has offered up and I have taken hold of it. It doesn't make it true. Should husbands pick up laundry? No, they shouldn't. How do I know? Because he's not doing it. Disclaimer, I'm not talking about my husband. He actually does pick up his laundry, but this is just a common complaint that we might have about another human when we think that they should be doing something or we desire them to do something different than they are. How do we know they shouldn't be doing it? It's simply because they aren't. Now, this is a sticky spot for most of us. We need to, at this point, put it in slow motion for a minute. And because when we argue with our reality, we cannot win. It's like saying it should be warm outside, but it's really cold and windy. Nothing good is ever going to come out of arguing about the weather, the reality of the weather, or the reality of the other person. We cannot control either one. Now we can pray and we can ask for warm weather. We can request our husband to pick up his laundry, but we cannot physically make him do it any more than we can physically make the sunshine and give us warmer weather. Next, I urge you to really look at why we have these desires. The reasons that we desire something is because we think that we will get to feel a certain way if we get that certain desire. We think that if the weather is warm, I will be able to be happy and I'm for sure going to have a great day. We think that if the husband picks up the laundry, then we get to feel maybe loved or respected. Are we able to be happy and have a great day when it's snowing and even windy? Can we still be loved and respected with some socks on the floor? I would like to say yes to both. If we continue to hang our emotions on whether or not some external source pulls through in just the right way, then we will be quite miserable. This is an opportunity to seize back our power in our own lives. I can choose to stay in and have a fun, happy day when it's snowy outside. I can choose to go outside and play in the snow and maybe even have a fun time outside in the snow and a really happy day. I can leave socks on the floor and have a great day. I can pick up the socks and remember that it's me that loves a clean house. Do it for myself. I don't make it mean anything about me. I don't make it mean that I'm not loved or that I always have to do everything. Like I don't want to be that. I don't want to put myself in that place. I want to drag myself out of that place because it's so sticky and it's so easy to get to. I can clean up those socks. I can sing. I can remember how much I actually do love my husband. And him leaving socks means nothing about his love for me. I can 100% choose to believe that he's not doing it on purpose. And nobody can stop me actually from thinking that. I can believe that whether anyone else believes it or not. Now, that's just a smidge of thinking about changing other people. This will come up very frequently, so you're going to get lots of practice. I hate to tell you that. You're going to get lots of practice. And I've done this for years and I've gotten quite good at it. I call it grace, old fashioned love and mercy. I don't think others are out to get me anymore. I know others are struggling with their own things and they're not trying to hurt me. I know I'm loved, and it's just brought a lot of peace to me, and you can now experience it too. Now, what about something within us that we deeply desire to change? This is the same kind of thing. You write it out and you look at it. If you deeply desire to change, maybe it's your drinking habits, maybe it's not alcohol, maybe it's you maybe drink Dr. Pepper every day and you wish you could switch to water. Give some just give some airtime to that desire. It's valid. It's maybe hard for you. Maybe you don't want to, but you need to. Maybe you really like Dr. Pepper and you wish you could just drink it all day without it causing a problem with weight or health. You're allowed to have that desire. When you give it space to just allow it and write about it, then you can look at it. You can speak to that desire. Of course, you want Dr. Pepper. It's so sweet. It's refreshing on ice. It just gives you a little pick me up in the afternoon, maybe. Of course, you want it. And then give some time to the part of you that wants to get it out of your life. Maybe the doctor has said that you have some type of type 2 diabetes in your future if you don't make some changes. I need to make some changes. Is this something I can do? I would just have you write this all out. Is this something I can do? I think so. Give some time, brainstorm it. What's the first thing that I'm maybe willing to do to go in that direction? Could I just begin by cutting back from 32 ounces to 24 ounces? Like, could I make that adjustment? I think maybe I could do that much. That's a good start. I can see how that goes, and then I can look at it again. Or maybe you really just want to do it faster. That's an option too. You could you could switch to Diet Dr. Pepper. You could switch to unsweet tea. There are lots of possibilities that your brain can come up with if you give it some time and space to really analyze things. Anything is possible. Women find out they're pregnant and completely quit smoking like overnight. I've heard stories of people quitting heroin when they find out they're pregnant. I'm not saying that every heroin addict is able to do that. I'm just saying that it has been done by humans. As a human, we have infinite possibilities, but it's also okay to go slow. Meet yourself where you are. Today, you might be at 32 ounces. Tomorrow, maybe you're willing to do 30. Next week, it may be 24. Then you could maybe add 8 ounces of sparkling water instead. Every small thing adds up. If you totally support yourself on this road, you will get where you're going. Look at what you desire to change and write about your reasons you want to, as well as your reasons that you don't want to. Even if you don't come to a resolution, you have brought the desire to the surface, and the next time it will be easier to think about it. You may be more ready to look at possibilities maybe in a week or two. The next question that we looked at was a simple question of what is bothering you the most today? Now, it could be something that you said or did, or something someone else said or did. It could be that your life is not where you thought it would be by now. Spend some time writing about it. Sometimes we tell ourselves unhelpful things. I know I've said these things to myself like, I shouldn't let things bother me, or I'm really being ungrateful. I'm ridiculous. Now, that's actually my favorite one. I look at things that bother me and I go directly to I'm being ridiculous. There are really people struggling in this world, and I have nothing on that. This is for sure true, let me tell you, but it doesn't mean that my feelings are invalid. I have to validate my own feelings and give some space to feel them before I just shove them down without really taking the time to feel them. Nothing is too petty. Remember that. If it matters to you, that's all that matters. Write about it and release it. An example is maybe I have to go to work on my day off for mandatory class. I'm frustrated. I don't want to go. Write about it. Of course, you don't want to go. It's your day off. That's normal. Nobody wants to go to work on their day off. Now, I get to choose. Anytime I can revert to taking my own power back, this is a game changer because honestly, nobody can make me go. Nobody can throw me in my car, drag me to the meeting on my day off if I don't want to go. I can, though, decide to choose because I want to keep my job. Or maybe I just don't want to be on the list of those people who are troublemakers at work. We all know there's a list. I don't want to be on it. Therefore, I think I might choose to go just for that reason. Not because I want to go. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I want to go now. No, not because I want to go, but because I don't want to be on that naughty list. Now what? What can I do to support myself through this? I can stop. I mean, I can come up with lots of things. Stop for a special coffee on the way. Could take a special snack with me. That's something that I can do. What else? I could wear something that I really feel good in. I can maybe meet a coworker for lunch before or after the meeting that we both are having to go to on our days off. I can find something if I try. The main point of all of this is to get some of those browser windows open and close them out. Open them, look at them, and then absolutely close them out. Don't just minimize them. It will take days to go through and toss things out. But if you consistently do a practice of looking each day, you will release enough pressure to where you are no longer bothered by so much stuff. The main takeaway is this: allow yourself your feelings and don't just pacify them or dismiss them because they are valid. Nothing has gone wrong. The second key is to remember that your brain has thoughts, but they're not all true. Looking for the opposite is helpful and it's often necessary. If I have something that I think is a problem, I can just say, what if that's not a problem? How could I make that not a problem? And you can kind of take some of your power back. in your life. Now, I hope you will continue to do this on a daily basis just for a while. Let me know how it's going. You're going to uncover some things and you will come across resolution in some areas. Now, no matter what, in our human experience, nothing is ever going to be perfect. And our brain is designed to find problems and then go out and try to solve them. Give it some direction and don't let it run amok in some minimized browser that you don't even know is still running. All right, I will talk to you all next week. Thank you for listening to this episode of Next Level Mamas, where we are out to win the level we are in and move into our own next level. For more information on coaching with me, please visit nextlevelmamas.com/create your life. See you next week.